Hello everyone, so in today's video we'll be making this fail-proof beginner-friendly tea cake recipe. So if you've been struggling to make tea cakes, this recipe is for you, and they are quite easy to make with just a few ingredients. So for this recipe we're going to need 3 eggs, so I'm using large eggs here. So if your eggs are smaller, you want to use about 4 eggs for this. So we're going to go ahead to separate the yolk from the egg whites just as shown in the video. So once we are done with that, we're going to just use an electric whisk to beat up the egg whites. And this is so we can beat air into the egg so that it gives our cake that light and airy texture and it's not too dense. So you can use a hand whisk for this, but it's going to take a little bit more time and it would also require some muscle work. So with the electric whisk, we are going to start on a low speed and then gradually increase the speed. So at this point, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius so that it's ready for baking. So after beating, this is what our egg whites are looking like, and this took about 3 to 5 minutes. So we're going to set that aside now and then bring in the egg yolk. So into that we're going to add in some vanilla extract and oil. So I'm using some sunflower oil here, but you can use any tasteless and odorless oil. And into that we're going to add in some condensed milk. So if you want your cake really sweet, you can go ahead to use the full tin of condensed milk. But if you want it lightly sweet, you can just use about 3/4 of the condensed milk. So we're going to use a whisk to give this a good mix until everything is well combined. And then we're going to go ahead to add in the egg whites into this and then just gently fold this in a little bit. And now go ahead to add in the dry ingredients, which are just some all-purpose flour, baking powder and salt. So mix this until everything is well incorporated, but be careful not to overmix it so that you don't end up with a tough cake. So once everything has come together like this, you want to stop mixing. And now we're going to get our already prepared baking pan. So I just applied some butter to the baking pan and lined with some parchment paper. Or you can just apply the butter and then coat with just a little bit of flour if you don't want to use baking paper. And you want to do this before starting the baking process so that it's ready for use when you're done mixing. So we're going to go ahead now to pour in our batter into the pan. Give this a gentle tap on the counter and then go ahead to bake for about 40 minutes and your cake is ready. So to check for doneness, you just insert a skewer or a toothpick in the middle of the cake, and if it comes out clean without any wet part on it, that means your cake is ready. So we're going to allow this to cool down for a little bit before cutting into the cake. And that's it. Very easy, very simple, yet delicious. So you can go ahead now to enjoy your cake with a cup of tea or any juice of your choice. And that's it for this recipe, guys. Don't forget to like and also subscribe if you haven't, so that you don't miss out on amazing recipes. I will see you in the next one.